Unconsistently consistent.
Okay, so I do intros.
Yes, you do
I
intros.
remember this
I
now.
do outros.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Okay.
It's been a while since I said, hold my hand on high. Anyways, okay.
Okay, hello and welcome back to Inconsistently Consistent. I'm Melanie. I'm one of your hosts.
I'm Rachel. I'm the other host who likes to sing random songs. Fun fact, I'm really into the category of divorced dad rock lately.
Okay, what is divorced dad rock?
It is exactly what it sounds like. So there's like, I know you're not on TikTok. I know
I
you have
peruse.
you peruse, but there's all these TikToks of like divorced dad rocks, and it's Creed, it's Shinedown, it's Nickelback, it's all these other bands, and there's playlists on Spotify for divorced dad rock. If you look up divorced dad rock, it will give you a playlist. So I'm in my divorced dad rock era. Though I'm not divorced nor dad, but I do enjoy rock.
Yet.
I would have to change my gender to be a dad.
Hey, you can be whatever you want to be.
I would prefer to be a blob, actually, because no responsibilities.
Yes, I want to have the life of a house cat.
Yeah.
I feel like just going around and fucking shit up for other people is like my vibe. I want to go knock things off of tables.
Having somebody clean up your poop, like beautiful.
Yeah, like someone to completely clean up after me. Basically, you have a personal chef. You can get free massages anytime.
Chin scritches, like come on.
Yeah, chin scritches.
Chin scritches.
And you can just like scream at people for no reason, right?
I mean, you can do that now. It's just not socially acceptable, and they might think you're not okay.
Yeah, like I want to do
and
the
that's
socially
where I would
acceptable
come in.
screaming for food and socially acceptable screaming for attention. Right? You can't do that now.
No.
You get weird looks.
You do get weird looks. People look at you like, are you okay? It's like, no, I'm not. Thank you, though, for asking. So what's new? It's been a while since we spoke.
Yeah. So my mom told me something today and had me cackling. So my mom, wakes up really early, gets up before the sun, and like she has her tree up now. So keep that in mind. So she comes out of their bedroom, walks down the hall, and the light is on in some way. And she just sees this bright white light. And she tells me this and says she thought she died in the night. She's like, am I dead? Am I going to the light? And so she's just standing there in the hallway, staring at the light, not knowing what's going on. And she tells me after she realized that it was the Christmas tree was on.
Oh my God.
But it has settings of like all white lights or multicolored lights, and it was on the white light setting, and she wasn't wearing her glasses. So she comes out and just sees this bright white light at the end of the hall, and her thought is, did I die in the night? Am I dead? And then she thought she was dreaming. Right? But just am I dead? Did I die in the night?
I mean, that's the way to go, honestly. Die in your sleep. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but she had me cackling. She's like fully describing this to me. And then like describing like the cats coming out and looking at her. Because she's just standing in the hallway doing nothing for like a good few minutes. Like, am I dead?
Am I dead? Speaking of glasses, I got my new glasses actually.
Nice.
So I can see.
I don't know helpful.
If I told you this, but apparently my old prescription was too strong.
Interesting.
So I went to the eye doctor beginning of the month because I was due, and my eyes had been like bugging me. I noticed they were tired. I felt they were straining, and like normally I'm like, okay, this means like my prescription's changed, so I need a new prescription, which, yes, that is the normal indication. I get there and they do all the fun stuff, the not fun stuff with the puffs of air into your eyeballs. And, you know, my eye pressure is abnormally high, but I also got thick corneas, which is why it's abnormally high.
You got them thick corneas.
I do got them thick corneas. They had to measure them when I was there 4 years ago, and they take this device and they put it directly on your eyeball, and that measures.
Ew.
Oh, it's disgusting. I hate anything in and around my eyes that should not be there. Like, I can put contacts in, no problem. Put drops in, no problem. You talk about, like, when my dad had all of his eye issues and he was trying to talk to me and my sister about his cataract surgery, then when his retina detached, then just trying to describe him getting the steroid injections into his eye. I'm like, do not talk to me about anything.
Eye.
Yes.
Ew.
It's just, ugh.
There's like two big things I can't handle, like looking at or having happen to me, and it's eyeball stuff and fingernail stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Same.
I couldn't handle even doing contacts.
Contacts I got no problem with.
Like, my prescription isn't strong enough that, like, if I take my glasses off, I can't see. It's just like, I'm definitely going to give myself a migraine if I take my glasses off and try to, like, read shit. So I wear my glasses just about all the time now, just because of the migraines, not because they're actually much benefit to me in actual vision. Yeah, it's more just the migraines. And I have, like, special lenses for, like, blocking a lot of different colored lights for the migraines. So that's really, but, like, if I had to wear contacts, like, a girl in our high school had a contact go into the back of her eye and was stuck there, and it was horrifying looking. It's all, like, red and pussy and disgusting. And, like, I am terrified of having a contact stuck in the back of my eye, and I've never worn a contact.
I also just remember that time that my roommate, second year of university, you know who my roommate was, I won't say her name, and she slept, because she slept with her contacts in, and she scratched her cornea. And she was concerned about it, and was like, I don't know, I should go to the doctors. And one of the RAs, who's one of my good friends actually, was drunk, and she literally looked at her and was like, you're fine, let's go. So there's a picture of us that comes up every now and then of her with, like, her eye half shut and it's swollen because she scratched her cornea.
And she's like, no, I don't think I'll go, because I'll just take the RA's advice. Who definitely has medical training, for sure.
The RA was totally, I mean, she was off duty, so she was drunk, but, like, I just think about that. But anyway, so yeah, get there, she does all the eye things. We're doing, like, does it look better with 1 or 2, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
And then she goes, you know what? She's like, it looks like your current prescription is too strong. And I was like, say what now? And she's like, yeah, it's just because, like, far away it's fine. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But looking at things up close was causing my eyes to strain because my prescription was too strong. So she decreased it by, like, a decent amount when I compare the two. And she's like, yeah, I decreased it last time, but I'm going to decrease it more. And I was like,
maybe your eyes are just healing.
So
maybe you just have, like, a superpower. You just have regeneration of the eyes.
So far, I mean, obviously the glass showed up yesterday, a little bit of adjustment because my eyes were like, new prescription. But today is fine. Like, I can still see and not as much straining up close. The funny thing is, because I mentioned my dad has all these eye issues. He also can no longer drive after dark. He's been medically said, no, you cannot. His license says that. I made the joke to him that my eyes are getting better and yours are getting worse. And my sister was like, that's not very funny. I'm like, yes, it is.
It's like insensitive but funny.
Insensitive but funny. I made a insensitive but funny joke to Brando last night too. You'll appreciate this because you like dark humor. So we were talking about our grandparents, and he was saying he was, like, tired. This is what it got on the topic of grandparents' sleeping times. It was, like, not even 7 o'clock his time. He's like, oh man, I'm so tired. I feel like I could go to bed. I was like, you can't go to bed now. That's like grandparents. That's like grandpa hours. And I went, well, not my grandpas because they're both dead.
And did he enjoy this?
He was like, babe, that's really dark. And I was like, yeah, just a little bit.
Like, have you met my best friend? Because you don't know dark.
He was like, I don't even know what to say to that.
What's dark?
It was dark.
I don't know.
Who knows? Not I. So, Melanie, what are we doing on this episode besides using dark humor to deflect emotional trauma?
We are going to talk about holiday traditions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some normal ones, some weird ones.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little Google too, just to get a little insight into maybe some other other areas of the world and their traditions.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought we could talk about them and talk about what, some of them are weird. Like I think Santa Claus is a pretty weird tradition if you really think about the details.
So if you think about it, the context of not being around the holiday time, a man breaking into your house, essentially.
Wait, hold up a second.
What?
Around the holiday time, a man breaking into your house is not weird. But like off season, weird. It's really just the time of year, not the breaking and entering.
But like if you take the holidays out of it, a man breaking into your house, bringing you presents and eating cookies and drinking your milk, and he's leaving presents for children.
Mm-hmm.
That's
from his
up.
big sack.
From his big sack that he only comes once a year. It's fucked up.
But okay, he sees you when you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm. He knows when you're awake.
Yeah, so he's watching children sleep, but it's not weird because it's a holiday time. Like, okay, June 30th, real weird. December 24th, not weird anymore. I think it's weird anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it is a little weird.
Mm-hmm. Like, some old white man breaks into your house, steals your food, and then leaves things of some kind. And if you're bad, you get coal, which is just the rock form of shit. Basically, he just shits in your house. But you can use it for fuel.
Yeah.
As opposed to non-rock shit, which you can use as fertilizer.
I mean, just rock shit.
But not during the holidays, because there's usually snow.
Yeah. That's true.
And obsession with children. His whole labor force are tiny elves who are they not children?
No,
because they look like children.
They are, if we go by the movie Elf, they are adults that are just elves.
Okay, so they're adults that are just elves. Very specific.
They are adults.
As opposed to children that are just elves.
Yeah. Like they grow up. They don't physically grow, but they grow up in the same way that we as humans grow up as they age.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just short.
They're just short. Okay. So we have, a marginalized people enslaved to the workforce of Santa.
Mm-hmm.
In a very cold climate.
Mm-hmm.
That's very isolated, so no one can help them.
No one can hear you scream.
Yeah. No one can hear you scream for a union.
Exactly. They want to unionize.
So, we've got that.
Mm-hmm.
We've got the watching children sleep, not weird at all. Breaking into people's houses while people are asleep, also not weird, definitely. Because, it's magic Christmas time. and not like midsummer, you know?
Midsummer.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not weird at all. But he also knows exactly what you want. Like,
Exactly.
what is that? Some like telepathic shit there?
It's called stalking.
Yeah, which is apparently not weird during the holidays.
No, it's totally acceptable during the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Just on the off season, that's a no-no.
Yeah, but you just had to wear the right outfit,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's okay, right?
Exactly. Not during the off season though. Like if you see somebody wearing a Santa Claus outfit in like July, that's a little weird, not gonna lie.
Yes, that's a little weird.
Like you might question that person and their sanity at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it's a dare. Maybe they got dared. We don't know. But either way, it's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
So besides,
What other traditions are there?
so you put up a tree
Mm.
and you decorate it.
Yeah, you bring the outdoors indoors.
You bring the outdoors indoors, which I think for introverts is like amazing.
The only way they see it.
The only way they see the outdoors is by bringing it in. Now, obviously, if you don't get a real tree, you get an artificial one, which is just plastic, which is bad for the environment. Because most people just throw out. I mean, they probably keep the artificial trees for a long time, but then they just throw them out, and then they just sit in a landfill, and the turtles eat them, and they die. But if you get a real tree, you can use it as like firewood. You can have fires with it, cut it up. It's fine. Like, cut it into sticks for your dogs. It's all good.
Yeah, you can really confuse your dog because they're not allowed to bring the sticks inside, but then you bring a whole ass tree.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is really rude of you.
And then if you have cats, they for some reason have the urge to destroy the tree. Like, the two cats that my sister have, I'm going to say she has them. They live together at this point, even though they're technically her boyfriend's cats. One has already pulled down the tree. So, like, cats, for some reason, they see this tree and they're like, that needs to come down right now. I don't know why. This is why I probably am not going to put a tree up for Hexa, because I do not trust her. Have you seen her eyes? She's sociopathic.
She, like, my aunt's cats climb her tree and, like, sleep in it. And it's a fake tree. My cats just try to de-decorate it. So they slowly take off ornament by ornament, working their way up. It's usually like the first few rows. So I'll come out and just like find 4 or 5 of the like ornaments on the ground. And usually not broken because I have carpet. But like, they're just like trying to take the tree back to its roots, Yeah. Pun intended.
Meanwhile, my old cat, when I had to put a Christmas tree up, she didn't care. She lit under it. She might have like bapped at one ornament. Other than that, I have a picture of her next to the tree. She's posing. She's a sweet baby angel when it came to the tree. Hexa is devil incarnate, and she will tear that tree down.
You see, you know what you need? You need a German Shepherd, because I trained Eli to guard the tree. So the cats try to destroy the tree, and he barks at them until they run away from the tree. So like if they go under it, if they touch it, if they're doing anything near it, he like comes running in, barking off his head to scare them away from the tree.
See, that requires living in a dog-friendly apartment, and in this economy, that is not affordable on just my single-person income.
There is that, and then you need space.
And I need space
and
to have
time.
a dog. Yeah, I mean,
effort.
time. I have lots of time. I work from home. I could perfectly train the dog. Like, it would be great. It's just my apartment's not dog-friendly. I would like to have space that I can bring them out into, like a little fenced doggy area some apartments have. So, like it's not feasible right now to have a dog as much as I have puppy fever very badly.
Yeah.
I also have baby fever, so this is a bad combo.
That's one thing I'd never have.
Speaking of babies, can we just discuss the fact that Christmas is a holiday built around a baby?
Yeah, it's weird. And it's also not even his real birthday,
It's
according to the
not.
history books.
No, it's not.
Like, we missed it.
But, like, the Christians were like,
Not them again.
Yes, them again. We're going to use this birth as, like, a holiday, and we're going to move it. And put it when it's cold.
And also move it close to the winter solstice, which is pagan.
Because
so it's like
we
gotta take that shit.
Pagans, burn them at the stake.
And we're also gonna just like humiliate them at the same time by being like, ha ha ha, look at this, we took your shit.
And we're also gonna put it close to where Hanukkah is, and like, you know, again, fuck those Jews.
Jesus.
And
technically
they're Jewish, but then for some reason,
no, I said Jesus, like I swore. Then I was like, wait, well, technically
that's
correct.
You know,
it is
like,
about him, isn't it?
And then like Kwanzaa's around this time as well, so like it's very confusing.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I mean, we're like celebrating, like if you're celebrating Christmas, you're celebrating the birth of Christ. So the birth of an infant. And like, but everybody's celebrating. So it's like everybody's forced to come to his birthday party.
Yeah.
Every year.
I don't want to go to the birthday party though.
And you know what? Like, he's dead. And apparently no one's told anybody about this. I think that's crazy.
Dead for crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room with rats. The rats made me crazy. It's just like, it's
and
wild.
Like, honestly, first birthday party of Jesus in a manger. Like, they're in a barn with barn animals. They didn't like invite many people as well, right? Like, it's just like, nah, the donkey.
They didn't invite
the donkey
anybody.
And the sheep will really, really make this party poppin'.
You know who invited people without checking with Mary and Joseph? The angel. Angel Gabriel was like, yo, shepherds, there's a baby being born. He's the Messiah. Go to the stable. Yo, wise men, go to the stable.
Bring gifts or you don't get to stay.
Gifts, or you can't stay.
Yeah.
And like, personally,
BYOG, bring your own gift.
Bring your own gift. Probably also BYOS, bring your own seat, because it's a stable. But also, if you think about it, like, pregnant ladies don't really want frankincense and myrrh and gold. They probably want, you know, somebody to bring them food, somebody to bring them coffee, somebody to like hold the baby for them so maybe they can shower, because they might not have showered in like 5 weeks.
Not if they're pregnant. They don't need anyone to hold the baby for them.
I mean, they might need somebody to come up, lift the belly so they can take some of the pressure off, you know?
When they're pregnant, they just need someone to come in and hold the baby.
Someone to come in and lift the belly, you know? That's heavy. You got a human in there.
If they could take the baby out and have someone else hold it, I'm pretty sure most of them would have done that and made the man carry it for 9 months.
No, I meant like you just come up and you put your hands under the belly and lift it up.
Sure, that's what you meant.
That's what I meant.
While they shower.
No, they want you to hold the baby when the baby's out so they can shower. Oh my
I just picture someone showering and someone holding her belly.
Listen, if the husband and wife want to shower together and the husband holds the belly or the partner, that's their business, okay? We're not going to shower shame people on their habits.
Oh my gosh. The mental image. Oh, okay. Let's move away from the Christians. They're weird.
Christians, they do some weird stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like this is not that an Easter episode, but come on, the fact that they like celebrate or remember when the same guy got murdered on a cross. They're like, yeah, we're just gonna have a holiday around this guy dying on a cross.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Yeah. But we have dark humor.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I'm the one who's mentally ill when I make a joke about my dead grandpas.
But when we start a whole religion around celebrating some guy dying and
Exactly.
being like dying miserably painfully.
He was alive when they put him on the cross. He felt the nails. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like he had to hang there.
And we're gonna make a whole religion, and then we're not even gonna follow what he said to love everybody. We're gonna be like, we're gonna love everybody except the women, the lame, the leprous, the ones with disabilities, anybody who's not rich, basically, like, is fine.
Yeah. It's like we're gonna love everybody, but I have some exclusions. I made a list, and I'd like you all to remember it.
I made a list, and they flipped their hair.
Yeah, and then let's move away from that and
Yeah.
let's go over to like Germany area. Krampus. The origins of the Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And honestly, makes more sense than the actual like Western version of Santa Claus, which, you know, is all like happy and jolly while he's breaking into your house and like stalking you. But this guy, Krampus, is like hairy, ugly devil thing that does most of what Santa does, right? Like he punishes kids on the naughty list. Santa does that too. He breaks into people's houses. Santa does that too. He might put bad children in his sack or chain them up in a basket and then cart them off to hell. But I mean, like, Santa did that with the working class elves. It's just the North Pole and not hell. And so, like, Krampus and Santa, very similar, except, you know, like, Santa got a brand deal and Krampus is, like, not hiding his true self. He doesn't mask. Just saying.
No. Yeah, I mean, Krampus is just out here, like, doing his best, you know? Also,
no one's cramping his style.
Cramping his style. Also, like, the idea of Santa Claus is kind of based off some type of guy who, like, brought gold, if I remember correctly. And it's been a while since I've read this book. There's a book called Santa, Are You Real? That you can read. And
if you're confused
of whether he's real. I'm just gonna say this right now, and if there's any kids listening to this podcast, why are you listening to this podcast? Your parents should be monitoring what you listen to, because this is not a podcast for children. Okay.
Oh, that's news to me. I thought you were making laughs for 8-year-olds.
No, we're not making laughs for 8-year-olds. We're making laughs for people with 8-year-old humor. So
I see.
Yeah. So what? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, there's a book, and it talks about kind of like the origins of how people picked up the idea of Santa. There was a guy, his name was Nicholas, Saint Nick, whatever, and he like overheard a family, a single dad whose 3 daughters were struggling to get married, and he like brought them money and stuff so they could, like, he brought them gifts and stuff, and that's kind of how the idea of it started. So, you know, people just kind of adopted that, and obviously he's got different names throughout the word, whatever you say. So
yeah, I prefer Krampus still as well. You know, it is kind of fucked up, but also kind of funny that people in Austria and like neighboring countries and stuff like dress up as Krampus like in early December and just wander the streets scaring children. Just, you know, because that's just like a socially acceptable fun thing to do. Like, oh, it's December, what should we do today? Oh, should we go get dinner? No, I gotta scare some kids first. Let me put on my mask.
It's kind of, if you think about it, that's kind of the same thing as mummers.
Yes, except I don't think they're singing at the kids.
I mean, he might sing. He might sing a song like, I just want to play with my friends.
Oh, that's what he's going to say?
Yeah.
Not, I just want to drag you to hell.
I mean, he's not going to say that outright because then they won't want to play with him. Then he drags them to hell.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We should also tell the people what mummers are, because I assume we
should.
have many listeners that are not Newfoundlanders.
Yes. So, mummers are... It's an interesting concept, honestly. So mummers are basically, you dress up in the most random articles of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And
you have your face covered.
You got to cover your face. And you have an ugly stick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to describe what it is, except it's like a broom handle, and it's got like...
No broom attached. Like
no broom attached.
Part.
It's put in a boot. And there's like things on it, bells and stuff that you hit it and it makes noise.
Yeah. And like you just like hit it against the floor. So it makes the like the beat, and also has the jingle. And they go around singing. Mm-hmm. And, you know, sometimes people have instruments as well.
Yeah.
Besides the ugly stick, which is an instrument.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like the spreading the Christmas cheer type of thing. So it's like caroling. Mm-hmm. But like more aggressive, because you know you're singing and dancing, and you go into people's houses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're doing proper mummering, it's very aggressive, where you go in and you like raid their fridge for booze and stuff, and you drink it, eat some snacks, you leave, and you go on your merry way. Mm-hmm. We had a group of mummers show up to the house one year.
I've never seen a mummer in real life.
It was the most unexpected thing. It was people we all knew, actually. It was people from, when I used to attend church, it was people from our church who decided to dress up as mummers. And I guess they were going around to people from the congregation. But anyways, me and my sister were just minding our business, playing, like, we were playing some game on GameCube, and there's like a knock at the door, and we just hear
typically how old what are they you say, during this?
17 or something, 17, 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was like 17, 16 is probably how old we were. Maybe like a little old, maybe like 8, like it was around that age.
So like teenagers.
But we heard it, and I just remember they typically say, when they knock on the door, they say, "Any mummers loud in?" Mm-hmm. And we heard the knock, and we heard the "Any mummers loud in?" And they all just came downstairs. And me and my sister were like, what the fuck is happening? Mm-hmm. We were so confused. Because I didn't grow, like, I'm not from Newfoundland. And, like, I'd heard about mummers. I grew up in Newfoundland, but it's not something that we ever did in my family. Mm-hmm. So to have all these people, we didn't know that. We just thought they were random people. Just come downstairs, and they were like sitting around in like the downstairs area, and me and my sister were like, what the fuck is going on? And we had to guess who everybody was. Mm-hmm. Apparently, I think if I remember correctly, my parents knew they were coming and didn't tell us.
Oh.
But it was one of those things where we were like, and the person was like, you have to guess who we all are, and me and my sister were like, oh, God.
Yes. So what you just described is an introvert's worst nightmare.
Yes.
People showing up unexpectedly for you guys, inviting themselves in, and then being like, guess who we are? You know us. We've met. And it's like, shit, I've deleted everybody that I've ever met because I don't like them. Like, I don't like humans. So, and they're all just like, now we're here. Like, we're staying. So it's like, this is horrifying. I've never seen a mummer in real life. I've seen people dressed as mummers for like Halloween, but not as like during Christmas of what an actual mummer situation is supposed to be. I don't know anybody that's done the whole mummering thing, but like, I don't know, maybe I do, and they just don't tell me about it because I don't listen. mostly.
Yeah, it probably goes in one ear. You had guarantee you had like you're getting some information from like a client, a future client, and it's just like, I know this probably isn't one of the questions you ask. You ask them like, oh, what do you like to do in your spare time? And they're like, oh, I like to paint and I like to bake breads. I also dress up as a mummer. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't really ask them that. Usually I'm
Mm.
like, what legal issues are we dealing with? And
See,
why did you pull that knife on your wife?
yeah, that's my question. I'd ask them, oh, what type of activities do you do in your spare time? Oh, I like to paint, I work out, I dress up as a mummer. And I'd be like, oh, really? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, there's some strange traditions.
Mm-hmm.
And why are there so many that seem to be about breaking and entering?
Yeah, so I have one here that's about breaking and entering, but it's
Another one?
it's another one. So I have the story. It's a Vader Johan, which is the Netherlands version of Santa Claus.
Mm.
So basically, I'm going to read you a story. In our country, on the eve of Christmas, we put baubles on the branches of the trees, drink our juggernatar, some type of drink, the salted eel milk, and place our painted eggs on the windowsill. Then, when daylight is no more, the bell is rung.
Mm-hmm.
That means Vater Johan approaches. It has begun. The bell awakens Vater Johan from the bottom of the river. This is where he lives, in a castle made of children's bones.
Okay.
A braid of 40 eels brings Vater Johan to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can smell him. His odor is that of cod and black licorice.
Ew.
He has the body of a walrus, the sharp teeth of a dolphin, and the legs of countless crabs.
I mean, of course he does.
He plays a flute made of children's bones.
Like, if you had to ask me, what does Vater Johan, whatever his fucking name is, look like, I'd be like, a walrus. For sure. Top of my list.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter if you're naughty or nice, for all the bones taste the same to Vater Johan.
Okay, why don't we have a horror movie of this guy?
Your only hope is to trick Vater Johan into believing you are already dead and therefore not fresh and tasty. And you do this by sleeping in your child coffin. And you pray to the Mongoose King. Oh, Mongoose King, please protect my tender child bones from the jaws of Vater Johan, and do enjoy these eggs I have left for you. In Jesus
all of a
Christ's
sudden
name.
it's Easter.
Amen. Uh-oh, Vater Johan can hear your blood. Perhaps you are lucky and your window eggs and prayers have attracted the Mongoose Kings. He eats your eggs and challenges Vater Johan to a battle of dance. There is always the chance that the nimble and clever Mongoose King will be victorious. But tonight he is danced into cream. And Vater Johan has his Kinderbotfest, the child bone dinner. But the cream, this is the cream we eat together with our families on December 29th.
Oh my gosh. What the fuck? What
I have
the
a confession.
actual fuck?
That story is from Big Mouth.
Yeah, I just Googled it to find that out. But I love it.
Isn't it beautiful? It's because basically the twins that are from the Netherlands, I think they're secretly like they're definitely some type of cannibals because they talk about eating the kids all the time.
Yeah, I've never seen this show.
But
honestly, that tradition that they just came up with, like, that makes me want to go watch that show.
It's a great show, honestly.
Yeah.
But
That right
this
there,
is-
that story is ridiculous.
I
love
know, right? Isn't it?
I fucking love it. Like, for some reason, he's like Aquaman, and like Aquaman, but has a palace of children's
He
bones.
lives in a palace of children's bones.
He lives in a palace of children's bones under the sea.
Under
I
the
can't make
sea.
that. I was trying to make that like he lives in a pineapple under the sea,
Father, your heart.
but like it doesn't work. There's too many syllables. A palace of bones. It's under the sea. Okay, I've got one for you. Speaking of breaking and entering,
That's the theme.
the gift-giving witch
Mm-hmm.
from Italy.
Mm.
So it's like the Italian version of Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
And it's described, this witch is described as an ugly but kind old witch. And her name is La Befana. Befana.
Okay.
I don't know how to say it. So the Magi stopped at her house, according to legend, looking for directions on the way to see baby Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And they invite her to come with them. And she's like, nah, I got too much housework. Yeah. You can tell men wrote this.
Obviously. Nah, I gotta clean the house, you know. Just...
Like, nah, I'm not done my sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so after the Magi leave, she's like, I need to go. I should have done this. Like, I could do my sweeping tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So she changes her mind and she now tries to find them, but she can't.
Mm-hmm.
So she just flies around on the night of January 5th, which is technically the eve of the Epiphany, which marks the Magi's meeting with baby Jesus. So that's when it was supposed to be, long after the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
So basically it's said that like every year she just like flies around on January 5th on a broom and delivers toys like Santa to children. But instead of leaving milk and cookies out, Italians are supposed to leave out a plate of sausage and broccoli and a glass of wine.
Okay. I did the Italian hand motion as you said that. The sausage and the broccoli and the wine.
Italian sausage and
Italian
broccoli.
sausage.
And just a little glass of wine.
In the glasses of wine.
I want a little Dracula there.
Yeah, you want a little
I want to suck your blood.
You want a little Transylvanian.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the gift-giving witch. And that's a real thing. I didn't even make it up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it's just another way that Christianity crosses over with paganism.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny? For the amount of shit that Christians gave the pagans back in the day, and to this day as well, we tend to take a lot of things from them.
Yeah. Christians are always like, oh my God, you guys are horrible. Like, what the fuck are we going to do with you? But also, everything you're doing right now, I'm going to take it. But like, you did it bad. You're bad. But like, if I do it, I'll just like do a little different and it's not bad no more.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but your ideas were bad. But like, I'm still going to steal them.
I'm pretty sure there's some pagan holiday around Easter as well.
Not sure about that one.
Mm.
Christmas is the big one.
Christmas is the big one because it's the winter solstice. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, you know what? I like it, but I think I want to add some things to it and just make it a little better.
You know what? I hate it, but also I'm going to do it. But like a little different.
And they're like, okay, cool. They're like, but you can't practice your thing anymore. You have to do our thing because it's right.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's not how this works. We don't believe in your thing. And they're like, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
You're a witch. Be burned.
And like, speaking of witches, Norwegian tradition, and it's not really a tradition, sort of. Okay. So there's like a Norwegian belief that witches and evil spirits roam the night sky on Christmas Eve.
I like this.
Yeah. And this is like, the article I read said, hide your brooms.
Hide your brooms.
Yeah, hide your brooms. Hide your wife.
Imagine like Santa's flying over Norway and he sees a witch and they just get into a fight.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not, ho, 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 you're not supposed to be here. And she's like, you know.
Yeah. So this like hiding your brooms thing, it's to prevent the witches from getting their hands on the brooms because that's their preferred mode of transportation, of course. And you have to proceed with an abundance of caution on December 24th because, you know, the witches and the evil spirits are just like roaming the night sky. But apparently if they're roaming the night sky, they should already have a broom, but you should hide yours in case they want, I don't know, to like two broom. I don't know.
It's the sequel of The Broom and the Moon. It's Two Broom, Two Moons.
So yeah, you got to hide all the brooms in your house. And sometimes people even take it a step further by firing a warning gunshot into the air to scare them off.
Get out of my property, witch.
Get out of my airspace.
Get out of my airspace. Too. You're flying in it. You're flying in unauthorized airspace. Turn your broom around.
And
I don't know why people in Norway are southern.
All I could think was with that though is the gunshot thing. Like that is the most American thing I've ever heard, and it's Norwegian.
Yeah,
right. It's like no. We'll scare them off by firing a warning shot into the air because I own that. It's above my house. I own it. The planes can't fly over there either.
No, they can't.
I just don't have a gun high enough to get them. You know.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
And then, like, you think mummers are weird.
Mummers are weird, okay? You ever come face to face with a mummer? I didn't think so. They're weird.
Okay, but, like, is a mummer weirder than dead horse caroling? Just saying.
Explain.
Yeah, you need more, don't you?
I need more. I need the lore.
So it's a tradition from Wales. Not Wales with an H. Like,
Wales, the actual country, not
Wales, like in the water. Yeah. That would be totally different if like Wales were going around bringing around the skull of a dead horse.
I mean,
that
they
would be like
push like dead bodies of sharks around, parading them. So
yeah, I mean, like it's really an intimidation tactic.
Yeah, it is,
and I respect it.
It's a power move. I appreciate a good power move.
It is. It's really like they're girl bossing.
It's gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Yeah, of the ocean.
Exactly.
So think for dead horse caroling, think regular Christmas caroling, right? Just happy people going around singing Christmas carols door to door type of shit. But in December or January in Wales, you could just open your door to find someone hidden by a ribbon and bell adorned sheet. Just like a blank white sheet, like bed sheet.
So ghost.
Adorned with ribbons and bells. And they're holding up a real horse skull on a stick. Think the ugly stick. But we're not going to just like make noise with it because we don't want all the bones to fall off. And so they will have like a group of them with this one horse skull. Right? And it's one of them.
I kind of like that better than the mummers, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So it's called Grey Mare, or in Welsh, it's Marie Lwyd. It's LWYD. That's not how language works. You can't go LWYD. What the fuck?
It's like lewd or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the sound it makes.
Yeah. So whatever. It's Grey Mare is what the English translation is. That's the Grey Mare tradition, which is the dead horse caroling. So the group sings to you and then challenges you to a battle of rhyming incels.
Incels? Oh, milady. Why can't I find a girlfriend? I'm such a nice guy. I make six figures. I'm 6'4" and I go to the gym.
But they have to rhyme. That's why they have such a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
No, so they challenge you to a battle of rhyming insults,
Mm-hmm.
trash talking, basically in Welsh.
Mm-hmm.
And get this, it's called PWNCO. Now, if we were going to read that as internet slang, it would be PWNCO.
Pwnco.
So you remember everybody talking about getting pwned years
Oh,
ago?
yeah,
This is where it's from, I bet.
pwned.
And then,
That's
okay,
funny.
after this rhyming insult contest,
Mm-hmm.
you invite the carolers inside for
Mhm.
refreshments.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I like this.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. I like the creativity behind the horse skull. I like
Mm-hmm.
the idea that you decorate it. Like, and you're in a sheet. I like it. It gives me very Halloween at Christmas, and that's my vibe.
Yeah, I feel like it is very Halloween, so
Mhm.
I'm into it. Also, I want to send you the picture
Mhm.
of the dead horse thing, as it's so
We'll
weird.
post it on the Instagram and the Facebook page.
Oh god. It's weird. Shit, I pressed the wrong button.
Good job.
I am sorry. I'm now 85.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to do it. What's the Google?
I don't know how to Google. Okay, I just sent it to you, and you will notice that there is a Christmas ball in the eye socket
Oh, that's
of
beautiful.
the horse skull.
That is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. It's very festive.
It's extremely festive. I'm here for how festive this is, honestly.
Just the putting the Christmas bulb in the eye socket. It's like, I know how we'll make this less weird and creepy.
I know how we're gonna make this festive, because without the bulb in the eye, it's a little like it's giving like
Natural History Museum.
Yeah, and like you don't play Dead by Daylight. It's giving Dredge energy, which like I'm not
that
a
means
fan
nothing
of.
to me.
And I know if you look up the Dredge from Dead by Daylight, you'll understand.
Mhm.
But it's giving Dredge energy, and I'm not a fan of the Dredge. But we put the ball in. It's giving Halloween at Christmas, which I'm a fan of, because Nightmare Before Christmas, top tier.
Okay, I'm also Googling Dredge.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it,
Yeah,
but there's a little too much more meat on the bones for Dredge.
yeah, but it's
compared
basically
to
that's what
this.
it's giving me. Like maybe if the Dredge just didn't do anything and just kind of let the meat just slough off, you give the Dredge an exfoliation bath and the meat just sloughs off.
So I mean we've got some weird ones so far, and only one of them wasn't true.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, I think the idea of like reindeer pulling the sled is kind of weird.
well, what should pull the sled?
How about it's the 21st century and he figure out a way that it runs off like gas or diesel?
So he can really fuck the environment.
Exactly. The environment's already fucked as is. Just like, but it's just one of those things that like, if you've ever seen anything like a reindeer or a deer or a moose or anything, you look at that and you're like, I feel like this thing flying is not a good idea.
I also look at those and I go, that thing looks cooperative.
They're not cooperative. Have you ever tried or seen people try to get a moose or a deer off of a highway? They just stand
those things
there.
Don't move.
They just stand there, okay?
They're like I live here now.
They're like, no, this is my home. And like, or even a caribou. Like, I imagine if this was realistic, he would not, especially if they're, I don't know if we know the genders of the reindeer.
I think we do.
Rudolph is male. Are they all male or are they mix of male female?
No, I thought there were some females.
Either way.
But then there's also like the whole thing, I read years and years and years ago of like they would all be female because they
Because they
lose
don't have
their
the antlers, yeah.
or something
But
like
Rudolph
that.
is male if we go based on the movie.
Yes, the claymation one, which is the most accurate.
Yes, exactly. The claymation one is the most lore accurate for Rudolph. But like, if you think about it, say if it's like a mix or something, it's not gonna be easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be difficult spaghetti because the males are gonna fight each other because they're gonna have like an alpha off and they're gonna be bonking their heads around with their antlers and like, you know.
Yeah.
They're also going to be trying to mate with the females. And like, can you imagine he like stops at a house and like he goes in, does this little thing, he comes back up and like Rudolph is like trying to hump Blitzen and he has to be like, hey, Rudolph, get out. You know, like
bad Rudolph, bad.
Rudolph. This is not realistic because first of all,
that's why Rudolph's nose gets red. It's when he's horny.
All the blood goes to his nose.
That's how you tell.
That's how you tell. But like, they're not gonna willingly like get off the roof. They're gonna be terrified to be up there. They're gonna be like, what is this? Also, they're heavy. Shouldn't they like fall through the roof? Hexa agrees. Shouldn't they fall through the roof?
Also, they're not like mountain goats. How are they staying on a roof? That's not flat.
It's not flat. Have you ever watched like a moose or a deer or a caribou like run or something? They're very gangly with their legs.
Oh, nice word.
My word of the day, gangly.
But like I said, cooperative. Mm-hmm. Cooperative they are not.
They are not cooperative at all.
You can't get one to cooperate. Mm-mm. How are you going to get 8 of them in a harness close together? Fuck no. If it was okay, if we were going for like an accurate representation, he would have had horses or donkeys or sled dogs because we're dealing with winter and snow places. So like sled dogs, get some huskies.
That's much more realistic. You can easily wrangle a bunch of dogs compared to wrangling a bunch of like reindeer. All you got to do is dangle some, like put some food in front of them and they will just go. But then the other issue with huskies is they like to scream.
I just pictured it just through the sky. Like,
so you're just picturing a bunch of through the sky. That's how you know Santa's coming, is you hear the howl of the huskies.
Everybody would realize he's real then.
They would.
He wouldn't be doing anything. No one would sleep. No one would get any of their presents because he can't show up.
You'd land on the roof and if you have your own husky, oh my god, it's just gonna be a nightmare.
And like, does Santa then take huskies? Because he's like, these guys are tired. I need more. Right? Like
he has like I don't know, not a horde.
He has a horde of huskies.
A horde of huskies.
Pack.
He has a pack of huskies. That's
dogs, wolves, pack animals.
Pack animals.
Not horde animals.
Pack animals. He's got a pack of huskies that he's
got a horde of zombies pulling his sled.
Yeah.
They're quieter than the huskies.
Are they quieter?
I mean, they're not screaming. They're more like, oh.
That's true. They're not screaming.
They're not,
That's true. They're not screaming as they fly.
Unless he hooked up all the elves. Because if he wanted cooperative, he's already got them cooperating. I mean, it's under duress, but like, they're cooperating.
At this point, we gotta assume the elves have Stockholm syndrome or something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a sad thought.
That is a sad thought. You know, it's not a sad thought. Some of the Christmas carols are weird. Have you ever thought about them?
All of them are mostly weird. Like, Santa Claus is coming to town. It's just threats.
Yeah. You better not shout. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Like, that's literally the definition of how you have kids grow up and they have to go to therapy because they don't know how to regulate their emotions.
Yeah. And it's like, you better watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And there's, he sees you when you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
He knows when you're awake.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's the rest of that. But
yeah.
That's
it
just
gives
like
the same energy as a
threats.
parent who says to their kids, I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah.
That's the same energy it gives me.
Mm-hmm.
And also, just like, if you think about one of the, like, grandma got run over by a reindeer.
Yeah, a cautionary tale.
Cautionary tale. Don't walk home drunk Christmas Eve by yourself or you're going to get hit by a reindeer.
Grandma. Yeah. Grandma's loaded drunk again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like she's going to get a DUI or like crash her car and that. It's going to be like, no. A reindeer is going to fly down from the heavens and murder you, Grandma, because you have been that bad. And stop humping Santa's leg.
Or even like, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Yeah,
but if you think
weirdly
about that
sexual.
if you think about that one, that's basically confirming that Santa doesn't exist.
Yeah, or that Mommy's a hoe.
Maybe Mommy's a hoe. Nothing wrong with being a hoe.
Nothing wrong with it.
That's
Nothing
kind of
wrong with
that
it.
gives you the idea of like they're in the like role playing,
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you came down the chimney with your big sack. Oh,
oh god.
oh, let me empty your sack for you. I'll stop now.
Yeah, and then like, don't even get me started on "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Oh yeah, we're not gonna
That
talk
is
about that.
creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the lyrics say, "What's in this drink?" I'm sorry, roofie much?
Roofies is in this drink, or the blood of children, one of the two.
Yeah, I prefer the second one.
Yeah,
it's less creepy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you eternal youth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that one.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Hexa? What? She wants to be a part of this conversation, apparently.
And then, okay, just like, Mary, did you know?
Mm-hmm. No.
It's like, Mary, did you know that your baby boy is Lord of all creation? Like, bitch, she knows. She was
told by the angel Gabriel when he came down and said, yo.
Yeah.
God's gonna put a baby inside you. I know you a virgin, but like, he gonna put a baby inside you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen, so there's, speaking of that, there's like TikToks that someone makes. And they're funny. It's funny. They're, it's like Mary Joseph, and he's like, oh, Joseph cooked supper one night, and Mary's like, oh, this is really good. Like, did you make this? And he's like, no, I didn't make this. She's like, oh, well, who made it? He's like, God made it. And she's like, oh, here we go. He's like, do you hear how this sounds? God did it. This is God's making. Like, I mean, it is, if you think about it from like Joseph's perspective. Let's think about it from the man's perspective for a minute, all right?
He got cooked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
is that where you were going with it?
I was gonna say it's a little weird. He comes in and she's like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. And he's like, I didn't touch you, I swear. Like, we decided we was waiting until we were married. Like, I didn't touch you. Your parents confirmed you were a virgin and all that stuff. She'd be like, no, it's okay. I'm still a virgin. It's God's baby. If somebody did that, like, if
today,
they'd be like, can you elaborate on that for me?
Yeah, like, let me show you this padded room.
As you're writing a note that says possible psychosis and hallucinations.
Yeah, it's all like quite the excuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much like my dog ate my homework.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or my grandmother ate my homework.
Mary,
right?
Mary,
One
your
of
name
these
is not
is.
Mary. Melanie, are you calling the mother of all creation a liar?
No, I'm just saying that that's a pretty extravagant excuse to come up with if you're trying to get out of a lie. Like, it's not like, oh, it was an accident, or
our sheepskin condom, bro.
We used it backwards.
We used it backwards.
We used the wrong side out. But it's like, here's why is there so much fur?
We used there was a rip. I didn't know.
The sheep wasn't big enough. They got the wrong size. Oh, good Lord.
Yes, good Lord. That's what Mary said.
Oh my God. But also, okay, we're off track, but like, think about the fact that she then stayed a virgin. So like, not only was Joseph cucked, but he was cucked so bad that he never got to fuck his wife. It's a little depressing, isn't it?
I never thought about that. Like, he stayed in this.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Joseph was just like, maybe they tried and he just got too self-conscious because, you know, he's not God. He's just a carpenter. Like, you know, he's like, I just can't live up to his performance. And she'd be like, what performance? He literally just pointed and boom, baby.
Pointed.
I don't know. He just said, have a baby in thee, and pointed a mighty finger. I don't know how it happened. They never
see the
bad.
bad. Oh my God. See, bad thoughts, Melanie. Bad thoughts. Like carpenter, it means he's good with his hands. Right? Good with his hands. So why does he need anything else?
God.
Well, God gave him those hands.
He made him in his image.
Yep. Okay, we need to go before we go off of this, before we start pissing off everybody.
Oh, we're definitely going to hell after this.
Oh, I was already gonna go there. Anyway, it's on my list.
Yeah, it's on mine too. You save me a spot if you get there before me.
Yeah, I'm excited to be warm, you know.
I'm excited.
I don't like cold.
Here's the thing. It's going to be too warm down there for me, and I'm not going to like it. I'm going to ask Lucifer to turn the heat down.
Well, there are some like there is some lore that hell is potentially cold.
I would love that.
That it's actually like freezing cold, not burning hot.
I would love that. So I would love that. But like, this is a tangent to what we were talking about. But like, so technically people say when hell freezes over, if hell is already cold, then that statement holds no bounds. They should say when hell lights up or something. I don't know.
When hell melts.
When hell melts. That's what I'm going to say from now on. People will be like, oh, you're going to do this. I'll be like, when hell melts.
Okay. Speaking of the devil, there's a Guatemala tradition for the burning of the devil.
Oh.
Yeah, it's La Quema del Diablo, the burning of the devil. So families in Guatemala on December 6th set bonfires. So I'm already into this.
I'm into this.
I have a fire fascination. I've never set anything else on fire. Don't worry about it.
I just like fires.
What?
They're nice and toasty. You could roast things on them.
They engulf things. It's great.
Sure.
Burn the evidence.
Yeah.
So outside of their homes, they burn, they set bonfires. They burn effigies of Satan.
Oh.
To expunge evil spirits.
Interesting.
And celebrate the victory of good over evil.
Okay, I'm not on board anymore.
So in the past, people would bring out the trash from their house and set it alight.
You just bring out your ex-husband, you know?
He doesn't specify what kind of trash.
You take out the trash,
it just
take
says
yourself out.
All of the trash.
Yeah,
so
you take yourself out.
Set yourself
I'm
on
trash.
fire. It said all.
Mhm.
I couldn't just pick and choose.
Yeah.
But apparently they got a lot of environmental backlash. Because I wonder
Really?
why just burning trash in the
I
streets.
wonder why. Burning trash is definitely good for the environment. What are they talking about? Like, the smoke doesn't do anything to the turtles.
So what do you think they replaced trash with to burn instead?
Wood?
No. They wanted to be festive, Rachel.
Christmas trees.
No.
Christmas
That's also
cookies.
wood. Think festive, but not Christmas.
Pumpkins?
Piñatas. Piñatas shaped like the devil. They're like, we can't burn the wooden effigies with all our trash anymore. What should we burn? I know, piñatas.
Piñatas.
Because the whole point of piñatas is to hit them, break them open, and get what's inside. But instead, we'll just set them on fire so nobody gets what's inside.
Maybe they're empty piñatas. They haven't filled them yet.
They didn't say that. They just said it's shaped like the
so
devil.
You're gonna assume that they're burning it with the candy inside.
I'm gonna say that I don't know what's inside. Maybe they stuffed it full of the trash.
Maybe they did to get around it. Oh, we're just burning piñatas.
We're just burning the piñatas. It's not all the trash.
This is not the trash. Then why is there finger sticking out of that one? It's fine.
It's fine. It's for, like, it's in the shape of the devil. The devil has a finger sticking out of him.
Fingers sticking out of him. You know, have you ever seen
That's what he looks like.
You ever seen images of the devil?
Yeah, there's fingers sticking out of his butthole. That's what it looks like.
I almost just spat my water in the making a drink.
And then, okay, you know what they accompany this celebration with?
Mm-hmm.
It's what food says burn the devil with piñatas to you?
Deviled eggs.
That would have made sense. But no. Traditional donuts and warm fruit punch.
Ah, yes.
Specifically
the blood in the body.
Specifically warm fruit punch, though.
The blood in the body of the devil.
That's good. And everybody knows that the devil has a hole in his middle, so that's why they use donuts.
Exactly. It's from all the fingers coming out of his butt.
So this signifies the start of the Christmas season for Guatemalans. And I didn't even have to make it up.
You know what I think would be fun to do is experience all these different Christmas traditions. Because, like, we've only experienced Canada. I almost said Canada, and it's not the name of the country I live in. I say Canada. A lot of my American friends have been like, you live in Canada land. So, like, my brain is automatically like, Canada land. You know, we've only experienced, like, what we as Canadians, Christian Canadians, white Christian Canadians, white Christian women Canadians. This Christmas, white Christian Canadians who grew up in Newfoundland as Christmas. So I think it would be interesting one year to see how, like, different cultures and stuff celebrate Christmas. Because I've always been interested in, like, seeing how they do, or even if they don't celebrate Christmas, like, maybe they do, like, something for winter solstice or, like, a Kwanzaa or a Hanukkah or something. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. I want to go burn the devil.
I also want to go burn the devil and eat.
Burn some piñatas.
I want to burn some piñatas and eat some donuts and drink some warm fruit punch. Like, that sounds like a great time to me.
I just love how it's got to be warm.
Yeah.
It's like, no. That's too cold. Warm it up. Put it in the microwave. Or no, just hold it over the piñata. The burning piñata.
They put it in a
heat it right up.
A fireproof pot, and they put it over the bonfire of piñatas.
And they stir it.
Exactly.
Like, it's in a cauldron. And they're just like, no, this is just fruit punch, we swear.
This is a fruit punch, we swear.
This is not a pagan thing. Okay. I've got another one.
Okay.
It's So it's from Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
The article calls it roller skating to mass.
Oh.
Mass like church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a long-running holiday tradition for the capital city of Venezuela, which is Caracas. Caracas?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to pronounce it well. To roller skate to early morning mass on Christmas Day. So actually, vehicles are banned from many parts of the city before 8 a.m.
Ooh.
So, and what's the weirdest part of it is, so the night before, so Christmas Eve,
Mm-hmm.
kids go to sleep with the end of a string tied to their big toe and hang the other end of the string out their bedroom window. And so when the roller skaters go by in the morning, they will give a friendly tug on the string on the way to mass. I didn't make this up. This is ridiculous.
I love this, though. I love this idea. My only concern is if you get, like, some really strong person and he gives a light tug and just yeets the kid
Out the window.
out the window.
How
Like,
many
"Merry
kids
Christmas."
have broken toes because roller
Oh.
skaters going by at speed are just yanking the string?
Oh, there's so many people in Venezuela with broken toes. I guarantee there is. Or they've had
like-
their toes broken, at
Yeah.
least. Like, they go to a chiropractor and they're like, oh, have you had any bones broken? They're like, yeah, my big toe on my right foot. And they're like, huh, you're like the
Every
50th
year.
Every year it gets broken. Repeatedly.
Yeah. Also, like, people have just had their big toes amputated because they tied their string too tight and went to sleep with it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no.
No one talks about this.
No.
Expose time? I think so.
I think it's time for an expose.
Inconsistent expose. That's our new thing.
Yeah, we're gonna fly to Venezuela and find some people who've had their toes amputated by this tradition and see how they feel about it.
And we'll interview them.
We're gonna interview them. We're gonna have a translator because I'm not sure what they speak in Venezuela. Probably
Venezuelan?
Spanish, maybe, or Portuguese.
Or Venezuelan?
No, that's not a
No.
language.
I'm kidding.
I don't think it is. But, like, we would have a translator, so we can ask because I don't speak Spanish nor Portuguese.
Let's see. Venezuela language is Spanish.
Okay, I don't speak Spanish. I speak French. A little bit
Yeah.
German.
I just forgot how to speak everything. I can translate Latin though.
We can translate Latin real good.
Yeah, I mean, I can translate Latin if it's about battles or love.
Or
then I can do
wolves?
it. Or wolves. That's it. If it's about anything else, I can't do it.
And we can't do So battles, loves, and wolves, we got you.
That's the education system for you. That's the only thing they wrote about in Rome, apparently.
Apparently, that was the only thing they wrote about was battle, loves, and wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Romulus and Remus.
Yep.
Living off the tit of a wolf. A she-wolf, specifically. Because they had to specify wolf and she-wolf.
Yeah. Because everyone knows if you just talk wolf, you're just talking about the male ones.
Exact. Roman education system, everybody.
Okay. So, another one. Just
Mhm.
I'm on a roll here.
Mm-hmm.
So, this one's from the Spanish region of Catalonia,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it translates to Christmas log, and I'm gonna try to say it. It's
Mhm.
Tio de Nadal.
Okay.
And okay, so you take a hollowed out log,
Mm-hmm.
you put a face on it, legs, and a little red hat. Yeah.
I like where this is going.
Yeah. We start December 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Families feed the log
Mm-hmm.
every night by filling it with presents and candy. So, like, leading up to Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And they also put a blanket over the log to keep it warm. Because apparently, it has a face and a hat, so it
gotta
needs
keep
to
your
be
log warm.
it needs to be warm.
Yeah.
It's not sexual though. Because there's children involved.
Mm-hmm.
So on Christmas Eve, the log that has now been fed since December 8th and didn't get any fatter for some reason. So the log is placed in an unlit fireplace, specifically saying unlit, because you want the shit in it. You've packed it full for weeks now. You don't want to burn the shit up. This is not burning of the Christmas log. So members of the family take turns bashing the log with a stick. So bashing the log with one of its people, but a smaller version. And then command it to defecate out the presents and the candy as you beat it. Just tell the log to shit itself. Basically. And how is this festive, you ask? You sing traditional songs during the beating. And the shouting at it to defecate. Just shit yourself, log. And then, once you've successfully finished singing and beating it and intimidating it into shitting itself, the family members all take turns reaching below the log's blanket in a non-sexual way to retrieve the gifts. Keep in mind, they've really personified this log by making it have a face and give it a hat and a blanket and treat it like you can't look under the blanket because that's its body. And they beat it to death with a smaller log that doesn't have a face. Tell it to shit itself and then take the stuff that falls out.
Damn.
Can you imagine how much you have to hit a hollowed out log with a stick? Like how long this would take to get the presents out of it? Naturally. Not like to pull them out with your hands, but to actually break it enough so it does, in fact, shit itself.
So, I assume if they're hitting it so it shits itself, is there a hole at the bottom of the log, or do they just hollow out like the top down, and you have to pop the log's cherry to get the stuff?
Well, I mean, it has a face, it has legs, right? So it stood up. But this thing does not tell me how the log is hollowed out. Like if there's a hole in the bottom, I assume not, because they're packing the log while it stood off the ground with the legs for so the 8th to the 24th.
So that's 16 days.
16 days. You can't have a hole in the bottom.
No.
Right? And why would you need to beat it with a stick if there was a hole in the bottom?
Again, so they pop the log's cherry.
Yeah.
Shits out the presents.
Yeah, except they want the cherry to be the entire log, apparently. To just explode.
That's words I never thought I would say.
Yeah. I also think it's pretty rude to beat the shit out of the log, literally, with a smaller log. Right? Like, that's like, I'm gonna beat you, Rachel, but I'm gonna use Brando. Just gonna keep smacking you with him. It's insensitive. They really should have just given them a piece of metal or something. They're a natural enemy instead of just making them fight.
Yeah, that's they should just light the log on fire. You know what they should do? Because the log's technically kind of like a piñata. They should go to Venezuela, throw it in the fire.
But then they won't get their gifts.
Well, they have to get and then they play the fun game of who can get the gifts out before the log burns.
Who's the least flammable?
Who's the least flammable? Let's go.
I bet it's little Timmy. Nobody liked him anyway.
Everybody attach a string to your toe and pull the log.
Everybody attach your string to your toe so we don't lose you when you go into the flames to try to save your stuff. Oh my god. I was gonna make stuff up,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just found this shit, and I was like,
No
what
need
the
to
hell?
there's no need to make things up when there are traditions that sound a little. They just sound. You're like, you hear it, and you're like, there's no way that this is real.
I would just advise you to check your phone for a text.
That's the log?
It's the logs! Look at their fucking faces! That's what you have to beat to death with a stick! And tell it to shit itself.
Melanie, the log looks so sad.
I know, and you can see, like, this article called it the pooping log.
I see that, the pooping log. He looks so sad.
They look like the eyebrows they've given them. They look so worried.
Well, they know
what's coming.
They know what's coming. They're gonna get beaten to submission.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
my God.
my brethren will beat me. They will force my brethren to beat me.
They don't know that the brethren's gonna be used to beat them. They just know something bad is gonna happen.
I mean, look at their faces. They know some shit.
They've seen some shit.
They have. Their forefathers have told them of this.
Their forefathers have foretold the thwackening.
And it's just like, it's not just as bad that they just like beat the shit out of this thing, that they put a cute little face and hat on, like, oh, look how cute it is. Now beat it to death. It's also like they're taunting it constantly, going, shit yourself. Shit out the gifts. I know they're in you.
Shit yourself. Do it.
Give me the candy. I need it out of your ass.
Oh my God. Fucking Christ, Melanie.
Okay, this article described it as a pooping log, and that they command it to defecate out the presents and candy. Defecate. As in shit. As in poop. As in feces.
Yes.
As in excrement. Exiting you.
Yes. What happens if the log gets constipated?
They hit it harder.
But that doesn't...
And then they insult its mother. The insults just get worse. It's like, I know you're gonna shit yourself. You're not even wearing pants. Like, we gave you a blanket for
you sound like the little baby you wear.
We gave you a blanket for your modesty, so you can shit yourself without being stared at.
Oh my God.
Like, why do they put a blanket on it?
I don't know.
Obviously, do they cover the head too? Because they're like, we can't look it in the face while we beat it to death.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. So does the blanket stay on while they beat it? Or do they take the blanket off and have to look into the face of the log?
It does not say the blanket ever comes off.
Oh, good. So they
Or
don't have
the
to...
face. Or the hat.
They don't have
Or
to
those
look into
poor
the...
eyebrows.
They don't have to look into the face of the log as they beat it.
It's like when people get executed with a bag over their head. They just like move the blanket so it covers the face. It's like, okay, kids, now let's take turns.
It's like take turns beating the log.
She's like, but I like the log. I called him Henry.
The
Well,
log
Henry's
has no
got to
name.
die now, and if you want your candy,
You can't personify the log.
you can't personify. It's got a face. It didn't. The log wasn't born with a face. It didn't grow from the fucking ground with googly eyes and a fucking red nose.
Maybe it did. You don't know where this log came from.
And a little sad little smile like it knows. Looks like Thomas the fucking Tank Engine.
Bap, bap,
Yeah. And you know what I've never done? I've never looked at Thomas the Train or whatever the fuck it is and been like, I want that thing to shit itself and I want it to shit candy.
There's probably somebody out there who's like, I want Thomas to shit himself.
Just shit for me, would you? Just do it.
Shit the fucking coal out, you whore.
Shit like the little whore you are.
Like the little tank engine whore you are.
This is the most unhinged shit we've ever done. We're not even making it up. Oh, Rachel.
I think.
Do you like that log? Do you like it?
Yeah, you close. You close. My face hurts.
Also, why do they put it in the fireplace? It's intimidation, Rachel. They put the log in the fireplace and be like, this is what you could have had happen to you. Instead, we're just going to beat you till you shit yourself. But it's in the fireplace. Where logs go to die. It's like, your brothers and sisters died in here. Now that you're in their grave, let us beat you with a smaller version of you.
Oh my god.
Also, did they take one of the legs off and beat it with it? Or did they just use a different stick?
Oh god.
I'm just saying, like, if you want psychological warfare tactics, look at the pooping log tradition. I mean, this shit is... You can't come up with this shit. This is excellent psychological warfare tactics here.
But the thing is, somebody did come up with all these traditions.
Someone did.
So there's a people out there who looked at a log.
There's
a people who looked at a log and went, I've got
You know what would make this better?
You know what would make this better? I'm going to put a face on it. I'll put some legs.
I'm going to put a blanket on it for its modesty.
Put a blanket on it. Because
Keep
it's going
it
to
warm.
get cold. And I'm going to beat it.
And I want my hostage to be comfortable for 16 days before I beat it to death.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And they sing songs. They sing songs at it while they beat it. Like, can you imagine someone torturing somebody and singing? That is unhinged. I want to see a horror movie where there's a torture scene where the killer is just singing Christmas carols at them. Right? What the fuck?
It's like a version of Santa Claus that kidnaps people and he tortures them and uses their body parts in some sort of way. And he's like...
He beats them with other people.
He beats them
Pieces
with like
of other
bones,
people.
Children's bones.
It's just Father Johann.
And he's just singing like, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Shit yourself tonight.
No, he doesn't say that. He's just singing the normal Christmas songs and he's just beating you while he's singing and you're screaming like, oh God, the pain. And he's just like, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open.
Yeah. That's how it be.
Mm-hmm. That do be how it be.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that do be how it be that we need to do be how it be this podcast.
My brain just malfunctioned on that sentence.
I think it's time.
Is there too many bees?
The bees, not the bees. I think it's time.
Yeah, I really think the pooping log is really the place to end it.
I think the pooping log is a great place to end it.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. Because just like the pooping log, we all want it to end. We all want our suffering to end. They put a hat on it. They made this thing wear a hat for 16 days and look like that.
Is the log in the room with you right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Him and all his brethren.
Okay.
They're telling me of their troubles.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, listeners, if you have any Christmas traditions, legends, anything like that you know of, that you want to tell us, You can message us on Instagram. We're Inconsistent Podcast 1. You can also send us a Facebook message. We're Inconsistently Consistent on Facebook. If you want to write us a scroll, again, if you come down from Mount Sinai with like these 2 tablets of all this Christmas lore, you can send it to us an email. We're inconsistentpodcast1@gmail.com. Although it is the time of the Christmas or whatever, you can still send me like masked men thirst traps, okay? Or actually, my newest obsession that I cannot get out of my head for the life of me is the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal. If you see any of those TikToks, send them my way, because I love the remixes going on with that.
What the hell did you just say?
I said,
I swear you just spoke Latin.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal.
Again,
I'll send
Latin?
I'll send you some TikToks so you understand.
Okay. I need education.
Them my way. You can also send them to me reels on Instagram. I'm the same on everything. I'm _RachelVR_.
And if you want to find me, just go to melanieflynnbooks.com, buy 100 copies of the book, and then you can send me a Facebook message or an Instagram DM. You know, that's what it costs. I'm kidding. It doesn't cost that many. It's only 12.
It only costs a dozen. And also, again, we haven't really been doing this, but we should like, rate, review us, share us with your friends. Maybe you think these Christmas traditions are not as weird. Maybe you have a Christmas tradition that is weirder than these ones. Let us know. We want to hear about it. Yeah. Also, we are coming up on the end of the year. There's going to be 2 more episodes for 2023, and then that's going to be a wrap. And then we're going to be starting 2024, which, like, how is it almost the end of the year already? I don't know. That's fucking wild.
It's ridiculous.
It is almost.
It doesn't feel like November.
As burning pinatas
when we're filming.
When we're filming.
When we're recording this, it's November. It still feels like September to me. Like, Christmas shouldn't be this close.
No, it should not be this close. This feels very wrong.
Yeah. Like, Halloween still hasn't happened in my head.
No, it hasn't. It's still spooky season.
Yeah. It's always spooky season.
It's spooky season in my heart.
Yeah. But it's spooky season, but cold now.
Yes, exactly. Spooky season, but make it cold.
But, like, don't, because I'm cold.
But do, because I like the cold.
But I hate the snow.
I don't want snow. I just want it cold.
Yeah, I like cooler weather, but, like, not freezing. Yeah. You know, because it's like, it hurts sometimes when it's that cold.
Yeah, if we get to the point where the wind hurts my face when I go outside, I don't like that. Anyways, bye!
Okay, bye!